Hello! I came today to talk to you about Paddington. Well, a tiny version of Paddington. This is Paddington. Paddington is a bear. It lives here in London, in the UK. Paddington wears a blue raincoat and a red hat. Paddington likes marmalade sandwiches. He says that you should always have a marmalade sandwich in your hat, inside your hat, just for an emergency. Well, this is Paddington and this is his story. We are in London, in a train station. It is Paddington Station. This is Mr. Brown and Mrs. Brown, and this is Jonathan and his sister Judy. They are a family. Then suddenly Mrs. Brown turns around and, oh, wow, what's that? It is a bear. A bear in London? Hello, says Mrs. Brown. Says the bear. I am Mrs. Brown. What's your name? It is a bear and it is a bear's name. But Mrs. Brown cannot pronounce a bear's name. Well, what about if I change your name? Do you like Paddington? It is the name of this train station. Paddington. Yes, I like it. Now I am Paddington. The family take Paddington home. They take a taxi. They go straight on Westbourne Terrace. They turn left on Harrow Road and the taxi stops at the 32 of Windsor Garden. It is Family Brown's house. Welcome home, Paddington. Later on, the family have a tea. I am tired, says Paddington. Well, rest and tomorrow we will see our neighborhood. Jonathan, Judy and Paddington draw a map to go to Portobello Market. They want Paddington to see some shops. I'll show you the map. This is the map they're drawing. To go to Portobello Market, they cross the street, they pass the park and turn left, and at the underground station, they turn right and go straight on Portobello Road until they get to Portobello Market. At Portobello Market, there are a lot of shops. Paddington like Mr. Gruber's shop because there are a lot of curiosities and a lot of things. One day, Mr. Gruber and Paddington are having tea, like English like to do. And then Paddington says, oh, what is this? Oh, this? These are postcards of London. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. This is Hampton Court Palace. And this is Buckingham Palace. Do you want us to go to Buckingham Palace? And Paddington says, oh, yes, let's go. So Mr. Gruber and Paddington take a bus from Windsor Gardens to Hyde Park Corner. There, they cross Green Park and they arrive to Buckingham Palace. There at Buckingham Palace, they see the Queen's Guard with their magnificent hairy hats. And Paddington says, I bet you they have a lot of marmalade sandwiches inside these hats. Paddington and Mr. Gruber take a bus to go back to Windsor Gardens. There, Paddington kisses goodnight to Family Brown and they go to sleep. But before going to sleep, Paddington wants to write a card to his Aunt Lucy. Aunt Lucy is a bear too, and she lives there in Peru. This is the card Paddington writes to Aunt Lucy. And he says, Dear Aunt Lucy, I'm having fun here in London. I live at 32 Windsor Gardens. I've seen a market, which is the Portobello Market. I've seen Green Park and Buckingham Palace. In London, there are markets, there are theatres, there are train stations, there are a lot of red buses, there are black taxis, and there are a lot of parks. And I am always carrying a marmalade sandwich in my hat for an emergency, as you taught me. And he signed the card with his paw. Kisses, Aunt Lucy. It has been a long day for a bear, so Paddington wants to sleep.